All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that's becoming a huge deal in the age of AI, the data formats we use every single day. You see, as large language models are changing, well, everything, a new format is popping up to meet their very specific needs. And it's time we broke down what that really means for all of us.
So let me kick this off with a pretty provocative question. Is your AI secretly overspending on data? I know, it sounds a little dramatic, right? But the format you use to talk to models like GPT could be quietly draining your budget and slowing down performance, and you might not even realize it.
To really get why this is suddenly such a big deal, we got to take a quick look back. The whole story of data formats is really just a story of technology evolving to solve whatever the biggest problem of the day was.
I mean, it all started with things like the humble INI file, which was perfect for just simple key value settings. Then came XML, which gave us structure for all those early web services, but man, it was a beast. So much text. That's what led us to JSON, the lightweight, readable format that totally took over and became the undisputed king of web APIs. And now, with AI taking center stage, a whole new problem has created a whole new solution. TOON, a format built from the ground up to be token optimized for this new era.
And that brings us right to the heart of the problem today. With AI, we're all dealing with this kind of hidden token tax. The formats that were absolutely perfect for web apps and servers, well, they just weren't designed for a world where every single character you send to a model has a price tag attached. This quote just nails it. In LLM-driven workflows, verbosity equals cost. Every character counts. That is the new reality for developers. We're not just talking about how much space a file takes up on a hard drive anymore. We're talking about direct financial costs and performance hits for every bit of data you process. So let's get on the same page. What exactly is a token? In the world of large language models, you can think of it as a piece of text, usually a word, or sometimes just part of a word. But here's the kicker, the part that gets people. It's not just the words. Every single bracket, every comma, every quotation mark, those count as tokens too. And since models are priced based on the total number of tokens they chew through, the goal is simple. Say what you need to say using the fewest tokens possible. Fewer tokens means cheaper and faster. It's that simple.
And boom, this chart shows you the impact perfectly. Just look at that. For the exact same amount of useful information, a format that gets rid of all those extra structural tokens, the brackets and quotes we were just talking about, can slash the cost. As you can see right here, a format like TOON can cut that token cost nearly in half. That's huge.
So this brings us to the main event, the showdown between the reigning champion, JSON, and the new challenger on the block, TOON. One is the universal language of the web, the other is a specialized tool, purpose-built for the age of AI. Let's just put them side by side. On the left, you've got JSON. We all know it, we all use it. It's got the curly braces, the brackets, the colons. But all those symbols and repeating keys, that's what makes it verbose. Then on the right, you've got TOON, which stands for Token-Oriented Object Notation. It basically throws all that extra syntax out the window. It's all about clean indentation and a tabular structure. And it's designed for one thing and one thing only, maximum token efficiency. Okay, let's look at a real example. Here's a simple list of users in standard JSON. Just look at all that extra baggage, right? You've got curly braces for each user, quotes around every single key, brackets for the list, commas all over the place. All of that stuff is what we can call structural noise, and every single piece of it costs you a token. Now, check out the exact same data, but in TOON. The difference is just night and day. It's clean. It honestly looks more like a spreadsheet. The keys, name, email, ID, you just define them once at the top, and then the data follows. All that structural noise, poof, it's gone.
So what's the bottom line here? This number says it all. In tests comparing the two, TOON gives you an average token savings of around 53%. Let that sink in. You are cutting your costs and processing time by more than half just by changing the format. That isn't a small tweak, that is a massive efficiency gain.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, should I just drop everything and rewrite all my JSON in TOON? Well, not so fast. Like with any technology, it's all about choosing the right tool for the job.
You should absolutely stick with JSON when you're building standard web applications or REST APIs. When compatibility, universal support, and having a huge ecosystem of tools are your top priorities, JSON is still the undisputed champion. There's no contest. Everybody knows it, everything supports it. But the second you start working directly with LLMs and AI agents, that's when you should really be thinking about TOON. If token cost and raw speed are your biggest concerns, especially if you're handling huge repetitive data sets for your AI, TOON was literally built to give you a major advantage. So,
where does all this leave us? What does the future of data even look like in a world where both of these formats have such a clear and important role to play?
You know, this quote just sums it up perfectly. JSON isn't going anywhere. It's the universal workhorse for the web. But TOON is without a doubt the rising star of this LLM era, optimized for the cost and speed AI demands. We'll probably see developers using them side by side, JSON for talking to the outside world and TOON for talking to the AI.
And that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. This whole evolution from INI to XML to JSON and now to TOON, it shows us that our tools are constantly adapting to whatever the next big challenge is. So, if TOON is the format that's perfectly designed for the AI of today, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What kind of format are we going to need for the AI of tomorrow?